Four, three, two, one, and go. Hello everybody, welcome to the new and improved Not Even a Show. I'm your happy host, Christopher James, and we continue to make some slight improvements to the channel after being taken over by the NEAS Corporation. Even though they plan to tinker a little bit with things, they promise to not make things too corporate. And they also promise not to get rid of any of the things you love about the channel. You can count on that. Another thing you can count on is the great taste of Sizzlin' Smokies Cheddar Bacon brand Smokies. This week, we call a couple of new hosts. One of them is on location at the NRA Convention, and the other one's a religious show that gets a phone call from Porno Pat. First though, every now and then we get a crossover on NEAS, and that's what happened this week, as JJ McCartney read a particularly homophobic blog post from Jesse Lee Peterson, someone who we've prank called in the past. Now, it was so incredibly monstrous, the things he was saying, that I did something I don't usually do. I actually called JJ and had a conversation. Check it out.
America is a Christian nation. But that fact
has been under attack.
Christians, men, and especially white people are under attack.
No.
Christians are forced to bake
gay cakes
for homosexuals pretending to get married.
That's amazing.
Let's go to the phones and we will say hello. Chris, is that you?
Hello, JJ. Yes, it is. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well myself as well. I got kind of a sore knee. I heard it at softball, but I'm getting over it, so it's not too bad.
That's funny. Yeah. You get a sore knee. I broke my back playing soccer. Literally broke my back playing soccer.
That's amazing.
So
I'm listening to you talk about all this stuff. Obviously, I don't agree with you on it. And by the way, you were calling him Jesse Lee Peters. His name is Jesse Lee Peterson. I know because I've prank called him before.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad to have brothers in arms. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that he. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The way he talks and stuff, it sort of does seem like he might have some sort of a brain injury. Honestly,
you're gonna have opportunities to open up for you that will blow your mind.
You know,
well, we could say the same thing about Hot Toddy. We could say, I mean, seriously, I mean, there's people on both sides that go to the extreme.
I'm just curious what it is like. What is your issue so much? You seem to have a huge issue with sort of the sexuality in today's day and age, and how people
it's the fact that these
sexuality in a different way.
It's the fact that these people have decided to essentially defile the institution, the Christian institution of marriage.
That's amazing.
The concern for me, I understand you're a Christian and you follow the good book, and it's very important to you, but you also have to recognize, you must also realize that when something is written so long ago, when the world was so different.
No.
That things change.
You don't comprehend. Right? Like, you fail to comprehend the nature of God.
God is unchanging, unwavering.
And he gave us commandments in the Old Testament that are just as relevant in 2019 as they were when they were penned by the authors of these books.
You're on a live stream every day talking about how people who are doing fine in their life, enjoying themselves, and doing nothing that in any way affects what you're doing, that because of this 2,000-year-old book, those people should not be able to continue to
No,
live
that's
their
not
life
what
in
I'm
the way
saying
that
at
they
all. With
want to live it.
those people don't know what we know.
That's amazing.
Obviously.
They don't know what we know, and you know, this is not me walking around saying, "Oh, they shouldn't be allowed to do this and this and this, and they should be," you know.
Well, no, you're sitting down, but that is what you're saying, but you're not just not walking around, but you're sitting at a computer saying that stuff. I mean, you literally you just went on a whole diatribe. I guess it was Jesse Lee Peterson's words, but
my concern is for the souls of men and women and children.
That's my concern.
He's giving out hate disguised as love.
It's a dangerous state to live in. It's a dangerous way to live.
See, I see it the opposite. I think it's dangerous to be, allowing a piece of text that's 2,000 years old dictate the way you see the current world.
Well,
I mean, think about,
quite honestly,
going
Chris,
off a book that...
Chris, that's because you're being deliberately stupid. Okay? You're being deliberately. You're acting. What you're doing, Chris, is you are being deliberately obnoxious when it comes to the fact that
There are things in this world that are sacred.
and if you're going to step through the pearly gates and get into heaven, then it's you that has to conform to God, not the other way around. The only point I'm trying to make, JJ, is that to be going off a book that's 2,000 years old is crazy. You're not going to wear a shirt that's 2,000. No, it's not true. And Chris, I just hung up on you, and here's why. Because you are being deliberately stupid about my faith. Let's see. Another caller. I have no idea. Let's see. It says, "Hey, what's up? Perfect." I don't know who this is, but it says you're from California. Yeah. I kind of figured that. Chris playing with his sound effect machine. Because he doesn't want to hear the truth. Has no interest in the truth. Claims truth itself doesn't exist. Or, 2,000-year-old truth couldn't possibly still be true, right?
It really. Mamma mia. Hola, Will.
Hello, you're on the air. Blake, is that
Hello?
you? Yeah? Who's this?
No, this is Yago.
Yeah, you're gone. Let's see. Oh, Louisiana. This ought to be good. Hello, Louisiana. Go ahead. Yeah. What exactly else did you expect?
What exactly else?
Listen, I got to say, my loyal listeners out there, some days I wonder, is anybody willing to contend for the faith? Is anybody willing to speak out for your faith? Or are you content to just let the trolls have the phone lines today? All right, we go back to the state of Colorado. Hello, you're on the air. Yeah. How do you spell that? Yeah. Or are you content to just let the trolls have the phone lines today? I figured as much. A product of the liberal education system. No matter where you go. That's a representative of a single-digit IQ. It really is. Why? Okay? I tell you what, I'll just turn the phones off.
That's what I'll do.
Takes all his guidance from the man above. He's giving out hate disguised as love. He's a dirty old vulture who thinks he's a dove. He's giving giving out hate disguised as love. Yeah, he's giving out hate disguised as love. Yeah, he's giving out hate disguised as love.
Porno Pat used to be very addicted to pornography, and specifically in looking it up and jacking off to it. Nowadays, he's rid himself of all of that nastiness, and he loves to call religious programs and tell them about his past. Check it out.
Engineer says, we've got a young man or woman, I'm not sure what, but if they're ready to come on the air, I'd rather do it before we get into this interview.
Absolutely.
Are you there, my friend?
Patrick, you're on. Patrick from Idaho, you're on.
I
Go,
don't even
brother.
see it. Yeah.
Hello, fellas. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Our
God
pleasure.
bless.
Yeah, go ahead, Patrick. What's on your mind, brother?
Oh, not too much. I love the program.
Thanks.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience. I spent a lot of my life. I'm in my 30s now. I spent a lot of my life in my 20s dealing with a lot of issues surrounding, smut and pornography.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of my time online, like I think so many others. And it was only through Christ that I was able to find myself in a way that I didn't feel like I needed to do that anymore. I mean, it was getting to a point where it was really out of control. I'm, trying to say to my girlfriend, it's just soap, liquid soap from the soap dispenser, but she knew.
Smart woman.
Yep.
Are you there?
So
I'm here,
basically,
yeah.
Christ came into your life,
Tell us a little bit about that.
Patrick. How did that happen?
How did Jesus come back into your life?
I was online and I was looking at some Latina POV pornography, which was one of my favorites. I liked as well the male female, the female.
Yeah.
male.
Well, so continue it.
Get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how did you meet Jesus?
So I'm cruising around on there and I'm just absolutely whacking my dick off to the.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what, Jess? I think this guy.
Yeah, I think it was the phony call.
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
We came across 1680 Talk Radio on location at the NRA Convention, and we decided to give him a call with a new character by the name of Gunther. And it's actually quite good and funny, and you should check it out.
But yeah, it's a pretty good list of folks. Him and Oliver North and Candace Owens and Ted Cruz. I'm jealous that you get to be here. I'm just interested to see.
Hey guys,
if it's
guys, I don't want to cut you off, but you guys, everybody wants to talk to you guys. The lines are, it's like a rainbow in here. They keep flashing at me. Let's go to Terry in Tennessee. Let's take a phone call.
Terry in Tennessee.
Hello, sir. Thank you for taking my call. Can the boys out there at the convention hear me as well?
Give a thumbs up. Can you guys hear Terry?
We got you.
Thumbs up. Everything's working.
Good news. It's great that you guys are out there doing that. I wish they'd put you in a nicer. Looking at the hotel, it doesn't look like a very nice hotel. I'm not too happy about that.
But Terry, it's got hardwood on the walls.
But it's like 1980s hardwood.
Hey,
It looks really old.
Where are you guys staying? On a Motel 6, Super 8? Oh, the lights just went off. So no, it's not a Motel 6. They leave the lights on.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude to you guys, but I'm excited that you're out there. As someone who's the responsible gun owner, I feel like, this has been said a number of times, but, all the irresponsible gun owners, there's so few of them, but then that's what everyone wants to focus on, and no one ever focuses on responsible gun owners like myself.
Gun control.
I got an AK-4 that I love to use. I got it right over here in the. Hang on a second.
No
Not
worries.
where it's. Hang on. I just realized I'm looking where the gun's supposed to be, and there's a peanut butter sandwich there, and I realized I was making my son's lunch this morning, and he may very well have taken that gun. Well, fuck me.
He took the gun instead of the peanut butter
All right,
sandwich?
Terry, we're good, Terry. Can you tell Terry he can't say that? Terry's still on. Terry, you can't say.
God bless.
All right,
Terry.
we lost Terry. All right, well.
God bless. God bless Terry.
Did we lose Terry? Or
We did lose Terry.
God bless Terry in Tennessee.
I don't know if we're going to take any more calls after Terry.
All right, everybody, that's the end, and nobody likes the end, unless we're talking about the end of a delicious, sizzling, smoky, cheddar bacon, sizzling, smoky. Because you want to eat all the way from the middle, all the way right down to the end, and these things will never let you down. Another thing that won't let you down is the Patreon. You can go over to patreon.com/notevenashow, and for $5 per month, you get a bonus episode every week, plus a bonus podcast. This week, Hot Toddy calls JJ to confront him about his brain injury comment, plus some Hanson calls, and a call to our old friends Hocko and Carnell, the old Boston sports boys. This week's comment of the week goes to JJ McCartney for this delicious joke. And in case you're wondering, yes, that absolutely is him. It's the real him. It's an actual comment he made. This week's comment of the week topic is chaos. All right, well, it's time to end now. We do have a time constraint here, and now we stick to the time because we're professional. NEAS Corporation, doing good things for to be great people. Bye.